And Franco Morbidelli, 9th and 14th place. What about the KTMs? Can they rescue anything from a bitterly disappointing qualifying session? But here we go, folks.
This is the moment we've been waiting for. 126 days since we went racing in Portugal. And it all comes to this as the 22 riders head down towards turn one to begin this warm-up lap.
Yeah, guys, one thing I'm thinking about, yes, the wind has dropped. I would say it's a half or even a third of, for example, the turn two. Basically, it's the first left-hander. The other time will make it even harder. So they've got to be careful on those first lefts.
Thank you very much. Great observations as ever from...
I don't think I've felt this buzz of anticipation going into a new season like I do in 2021.
The 30th year together.
Incredible, and what a show we have. The virtual fan wall is back. We do have in the very near future where you'll be able to watch these men, the elite of the elite, the best of the best in MotoGP, doing what they do to kick off 2021.
We race for all of you watching from home. We race for those who have suffered. 2021, let's go. Brakes being tested.
Standards at this time of the year, just trying to get as much temperature in those carbon brake discs as he possibly can. Turns 2 and 6.
Fabio Quartararo lines up on the front row, second on the grid. Here is Pecco Bagnaia, just making sure everything's set. Oh, our Grand Prix of Qatar is go. Not a great start initially from Bagnaia. Look at Miller coming through from the second row. The Ducatis are blasting.
By the top three, the Ducati launch device is absolutely out of this world. Where did he come from? They've got 4 bikes inside the top 4. The Aprilia Related Spargo is also in 5th. The Yamaha's got absolutely swallowed off the line.
So early, hope he's all right. Immediately, Zarco powers back through on his Pramac Ducati teammate. It's Ducati, 1, 2, 3.
Start quite like Jorge Martin. From 14th place, middle of the 5th row, he just scythed his way through like everybody else.
He's been passed as well by his old teammate, Maverick Vinales. It was a horror show for Franco Morbidelli, by the way. He's in 6th.
Who gets picked off by Valentino Rossi. The 2 Suzukis of Rins and Mir. They've not made any great inroads at the moment. That's 1st and 3rd in the championship last year. Joan Mir at the moment in 12th place.
There is Jorge Martin then in 4th place. Go across the line here. Here comes Joan Zarco. Ducati on Ducati. Down the start-finish straight. Who's last at the breakers? Into turn 1.
1 kilometre straight. They've just got such a vast performance advantage. Bagnaia leads at the end of the first half of the season by almost into your race leader, and Jorge Martin off that sensational start. It's just come up on our screens. No jump start. Jorge Martin.
Sensational. There he is, number 89, up into 4th. He said, I'm going to try and learn in this race and finish it. Well, he's just passed.
He might run into some rear grip problems late on. Well, they need that scenario right now because the Ducatis are running away with it early on.
Yeah, out of the window straight away there from Maverick Vinales, who we're on board with. They're ahead of Rossi. Then it's the Suzukis that have got past Aleix Espargaro.
We're on board then now with Maverick Vinales, looking ahead at his teammate Fabio Quartararo. Vinales lining up the move. No thought.
Having a look at the inside of Fabio Quartararo. He's going to have to try and get the job done on the start-finish straight.
Rins at the moment. The race straight into low 55s for the Italian. A 1:55.321. Still that advantage he had like on lap 1 of 6.
Yeah, fastest laps, but he's got to be careful. He did say yesterday he can't go too fast at the front of this race.
Having an absolute nightmare. Shocker on the opening night for Franco Morbidelli. Something happened to him on that first lap as well. Second.
Yeah, that was a good move, that from Fabio Quartararo. The door was just left slightly open from the rookie Martin, and through he goes.
Yeah, there was something in the championship last year. He's down in 19th place.
There is Valentino Rossi just ahead of the 2 Suzukis.
Experience building for Martin.
Valentino Rossi there now being hounded by Alex Rins. He was wide there, Rossi, and that was easy.
Very hard for that pass, did he?
Former teammates on screen. Pol Espargaro, Repsol Honda rider, just ahead at the moment of Brad Binder.
Working very, very well too, but he struggled a little bit to maintain that pace. He did say yesterday he was a little bit concerned about the first few laps of the full
champion. Joan Mir up the inside of Valentino Rossi. So Mir now up into 8th place. Now remember, folks, the Suzuki...
Only man in the 54s now, the 54.928. What's the gap between him and Jack Miller?
Best race lap record set by Jorge Lorenzo back in 2016. So...
the 2 Suzuki's behind him, and now he's got Aleix Espargaro and Miguel Oliveira for company as well. So Valentino Rossi got the pace to go with Quartararo and Vinales, that's for sure.
There is Jack Miller, third.
And then that's when he started to hit some pretty significant rear grip problems. So that will be at the back of the Ducati's minds. But of course, no, he doesn't. He gets the door slam shut right in his face at turn 15.
Yeah, great defensive work there from the rookie, Jorge Martin. They are.
And what's happening is, while they're trying to get through on the rookie, the likes of Bagnaia, Zarco, Miller, Quartararo and Vinales are just pulling away here from Maverick Vinales. The two factory Yamaha men are starting to really hunt down Miller and Zarco.
Well, they said they needed to work together.
Fabio Quartararo, when Quartararo's got the speed that's got him already onto the back of Miller and Zarco.
I do just wonder at the moment whether let the race come to me as Rins. He had to make that move. He had to make it stick at turn 6. Number 42 goes through into 6th place.
It says mapping to the signal on his dashboard. Are they already going into tyre-saving mode here, Suzuki?
Arco further back. There's Aleix Espargaro. Not the perfect start for the Spanish rider on board the Aprilia. He's 10th. Further back still, Franco Morbidelli is down in 20th and lapping slow.
I don't know what he's got, but he's got a problem in on his last lap. Midfield need to be running at the front of this race.
There is Miguel Oliveira, 11th place.
Had good pace in FP4 last night. He was in the top 5, so race pace. He wasn't too far away on that KTM RC 16.
Bagnaia on that last lap, and the gap at the front, as you can see, has come down.
You see, Bagnaia's not entertained picking up his pace to get in 54 too quickly. Well, then I might hit those rear grip problems that everybody fears that the Ducati might encounter towards the end of the race.
And Co to join in, and we may well have 7 or 8 riders in this. As it is at the moment, the early stages, it's all about Ducati.
Try and escape and push too hard at the start of the race. There's a risk you might then get
Quartararo makes a move. That was brave.
Yeah, he's got that Yamaha.
Matter of time before Quartararo finds a way through. Of course, Matt, they've got to do this in sectors 1, 2 and 3 because they're not going to get by on the straight. Here he comes, here comes the move. That was beautifully done from Fabio Quartararo.
He lined that all up through the right hand. Miller winds up the whip to 6th gear on that Ducati, although Quartararo's got pretty good drive, hasn't he, coming off of turn 16.
Excellent stuff from the Frenchman.
Oh, that was a game of dare and chance on the brakes, wasn't it, into the first corner. Miller didn't even have...
Fabio Quartararo, he had to do that. Now, Maverick Vinales has just watched all of that unfold.
Yep.
I might be thinking, I'll have a stab at that now.
Exactly, well, 2021. What happened to him? 7th on the grid, 16th at the end of lap 1. Then there was a mistake at a 58 lap.
Morbidelli, that is just not reflective of the speed he's got. Bagnaia is now being told up ahead.
Oliveira threatened a strong race last night in FP4 and he's putting together a very strong race, as he so often does.
We have. Taka Nakagami's gone down. What a shame for the Japanese rider. He wasn't quite...
Right from him, just wondering if he maybe clipped a bit of curb on the inside going in. I was just about to say Oliveira's down to the low 155s.
On 63, Bagnaia, who leads this one, the Italian from French rider Zarco, who's closing and closing and closing. Champion sitting at this moment in 7th place.
The corner speed that Fabio Quartararo is generating on that Yamaha. Out of his skin here, Quartararo.
Alex Rins in the background as well, desperate to try and get in touch with these guys.
Picked off Valentino Rossi and got himself up into 10th. So it's not been the dream start to 2021.
Pecco Bagnaia it is that leads this one from Zarco, and backwards Maverick Vinales then makes it Yamaha's 3 and 4.
Yeah, how much? 15 laps. Yeah, we've only chalked off a 3rd race distance.
It is difficult to... Or is this a sign that he's using his mind at the moment and knows that at the end of the race he can attack? We will find out.
Alex Rins has put... What a ride by him. Keeping the likes of Aleix Espargaro and Rossi and Oliveira at bay at the moment.
Ride from both Quartararo and Vinales, considering that they got bullied down into turn 1 by the Ducatis. They have worked beautifully.
The Ducatis ahead of him are not getting away. So Vinales can just sit there for as long as he wants. Right on cue now, right in this hunt.
Alex Rins is now getting closer and closer on his factory Suzuki to the tail of Jack Miller.
How good the Suzuki is at managing that rear grip, well, Alex Rins could be a potent threat towards the end of this race as well.
Vinales looks like...
It might be coming quite soon because it just looks like, to the naked eye, that Bagnaia and Zarco are just starting to pick at turn 15. This could well be it. No, he thought about it again. Just showing Quartararo his will. The Frenchman will know he's right there on it.
Onto the start, finish straight we go. 13 laps remain, 9 gone.
Behind his factory Yamaha teammate Quartararo, but Quartararo's been lethal on the brakes into that first corner. He really is.
Only one rider in the sub 155s on that last lap, and you're looking at him on screen, the Suzuki rider Alex Rins.
Long way back of the lead group. He's got half a second to recover on Mir.
Here it comes, Alex Rins. Is he going to have a look? Not quite.
Feel like the Suzukis had shown their full hand, not demonstrated their full potential. He wasn't suggesting they'd been sandbagging, but he knew the threat. And he's, I thought he was going to go up the inside of Miller there, just like Quartararo and Viñales did at turn 6.
Yeah, Viñales also. And you'd rather fancy that if he was able to get himself ahead of Quartararo right now, he'd be able to get on terms with Bagnaia and Zara.
Was coming. I bet if you looked at a lap-by-lap analysis, though, Stephen, this Grand Prix so far, there's going to be 2 men in the top 10 that have not done a 58. All's fair in love and war, as they say. I don't think Bagnaia done a 54. He hasn't needed to.
Here comes Viñales. Viñales has got.
Good move that by Viñales. Just ran Quartararo out to the curb. There was no way that...
How's that move from Alex Rins on Jack Miller just given Jack Miller the nudge he needs to say, do you know what? Oh, no, he couldn't. But like we said, it's impossible to know what his game plan is at the moment.
I'm pretty sure that
in this position before leading a MotoGP race, and it went horrifically wrong in Mazzano. Will that be in the back? 43 Miller, 42 Rins. There's a bit of a gap back then to the world champion Mir, who's just ahead of Aleix and Paulus.
And Morbidelli still doing 56s. Franco Morbidelli in 19th place, nowhere near.
Maverick Viñales' corner speed is so...
Some time, I'd wager to say.
It is, yeah, and it's aggressive as well. You know, it's not something we've seen a lot of.
No.
Race like this.
Here comes Miller. Miller on Quartararo.
Time.
Has he got that move done in the slipstream? He certainly has. Cathy, once he gets wound up to 6th gear, you've got no chance. You could outdrag a space shuttle, that thing could.
Was it made there? No, not quite. We're on board with Rins in 6, who's now got the Yamaha ahead of him. Now he'll know that he's got the
world champion hand over fist, Joan Mir. 55-1 from Aleix Espargaro, half a second quicker than Pecco Bagnaia. Would be backing off and thinking about tyre life, and that looks like it might actually come to fruition.
Here comes Maverick Viñales, up the inside, Pecco Bagnaia in first.
Well, like the Yamaha guy said, play to your strengths. We know.
Rins, he's now going through as well, beautiful.
Twistier sections.
Oh, here he comes again, he's going to try and get first
place. For it.
Maverick Viñales, he's on fire.
Almost elbow contact there.
This is excellent stuff, the best we've seen of him for some time. He was boosted by this man, Esteban Garcia, returning to crew chief.
Slipstream comes into the reckoning.
Incredible.
So Bagnaia's led from the very first corner of this Grand Prix, but he's under
Puz. Look at the speed traps, Matt. Ducati's top speed advantage has been negated by this wind.
Isn't it, the factory Ducatis? Now then, Viñales, is he going to be close enough to strike on Bagnaia here? No, he's not.
He's just struggling to live with the pace.
Yeah. This is what we thought, and this is what we've seen before from a Ducati rider, in particular Andrea Dovizioso.
And again, he's going to have another look. Wow, this is so aggressive, but brilliant from Viñales. Quick check on the rookie.
He did a mid-57, Rossi, so no points at the moment for Petronas Yamaha SRT. That's an absolute disaster for them.
Closed by Pecco Bagnaia, but Maverick Viñales is coming. He's got his eyes on the prize here. Wind, of course, which isn't helping, but Viñales is actually able to stay in the slipstream.
Well, he'll read the pit board, he'll see +0. That's exactly rapidly by Joan Mir. Half a second between those two, then a further half a second back to Aleix Espargaro, who's still on course for a...
Fantastic work, this. This is going to go down as one of his best. If he wins this race, it'll be his best ever MotoGP race, bar none.
Better than the Ducatis. So we'll find out very, very soon. The lap's ticking off. It's still Pecco Bagnaia.
Moment. He's talked the talk, he's walking the walk, it's going very, very well. Bagnaia certainly knows that he's there. Just, wow! Incredible stuff here, somehow Bagnaia just about stays in front.
Nightmare in the night race for LCR Honda, Alex.
TKs on the start-finish straight.
And that Yamaha, it turned so well. That's why Viñales is able to try and get
into fourth and looks a real threat. There's Manu, his crew chief, looking on. Also, just by the way,
he's got no race experience on that Repsol. They didn't really do a full race simulation in testing as well, so he's firmly into uncharted territory.
Laps remain at the Losail International Circuit, and you just fancy, Matt, that there's a few twists left in this one. So often Maverick Viñales has asked questions of Bagnaia, and so far he's holding firm, the number 63.
They're all doing, but then got blitzed by some Miller power. Although he has wrestled that place back, hasn't he, again, Alex Rins?
Ducati. Maverick Vinales on the factory Yamaha, number 12 in second. Here he comes. Oh, beautiful.
Cannot say it hasn't been coming. So now then, Maverick Vinales, can he try and make a crucial break? Get his head down, put together a couple of real hot laps and see what the Ducatis have got. Are they going to really push and attack? Wary that they're
closing on this pack as well.
Well, it's top guns, all guns blazing at the moment, isn't it, for Maverick Vinales? This is as good as we've seen. Vinales then leads over the line at the start of lap 16. And Nyaya and Zarco, who's held that third gear, so good at protecting his rear tyre. He's not out of the equation as well.
No, Aleix Espargaro is now closing on Fabio Miguel Oliveira.
Yeah, well, one of only Aprilia's 5 top 6 finishes in MotoGP was right here with Aleix Espargaro in Qatar.
Ducati's got any answer to this obvious issue that they've got here in the fact that they cannot use the Ducati to its full.
5-6 bike lengths and more now on Bagnaia as they're deep into sector 3 on this lap 16. In fact,
he's working a treat. We're on board here with Jack Miller looking back now to the world champion Juan. Here comes Rins. He's going to move up into third. No, not quite.
Oh, Mir's got Miller, and Mir is starting to look really ominous here. That was big threat.
Well, look at Maverick Vinales. He's gone. He's going. He's ripping himself away. Throw into second.
Yeah, Vinales was 3/10 quicker than the 2 Ducatis immediately behind him. 4/10 quicker than Alex Rins of his Grand Prix career. That was how bad it was. What a way to respond and kick off 2021 potentially. Well, they
might be a bit worried about what's happening here with Vinales first, and is there going to be a move there from Alex Rins again? No, not quite.
Like on the podium, they might not have either on the podium at the moment because Pecco Bagnaia's got his hands full of Alex Rins, and that's a pretty precarious.
On board now with Alex Rins, number 42, third in the world last year after a fantastic end.
Zarco showing his class as well, isn't he, here at the moment? Top Ducati on the current spec machine.
Matt, it's his time to shine, it's his time to deliver. He's got the bike now, and he's doing it.
It's not happening for Jack Miller, unfortunately, is it? He's in the
remaining. There is the Suzuki trying to chase down Bagnaia. Aleix again, quicker
at the moment
than those in front of him.
At the moment, this is only a contest between Vinales and Zarco. The only 2 men in...
I'll tell you who is faster than Bagnaia. This man, Enea Bastianini, in 10th.
A rookie.
An unbelievable ride so far.
His electric start. He obviously pushed really hard to keep in that lead group at the start. He's encountering some rear grip issues as been Valentino Rossi way down in 14th place at the moment. In fact, he's only just found a way through on Jorge Martin.
Started this race. Morbidelli is just lapping still in the mid-56s. He can't do anything. This is a replay. Judged, shall we say, wide. That one might be looked at.
Yeah, that was
he lost a lot of ground there. That's where he lost his time, isn't it?
That's when he went from 12th to here and trying to kickstart the defence of his title from the podium.
Well, that will wake Alex Rins up a bit. What a ride from Joan Mir.
Tonight, there are no points up for grabs on Saturday nights in MotoGP. Maverick Vinales now nearly a year and Rins, but at the moment it's not good enough.
No, I mean, I think Rins might have just burnt a lot of tyre up here, having come through the pack.
Well, the slowest man in the top 10 at the moment, Steve, is Jack Miller. They're not going to plan at all for Miller. I did not expect to...
Maverick would have been mired back in 5th or 6th place and would come through to win, and Zarco would be second with Bagnaia third.
Zarco at the moment, I was going to say, relatively comfortable in 2nd place. He's got about 7/10 back to demoralising and soul-destroying for Rins.
He looked so down in the dumps on Friday, Joan Mir, when he spoke to our colleague.
Get down the doldrums for too long.
He's going to attack. He's through. Oh, no, he's not. Not quite. Well, he'll have a good man, so Miller is fading fast.
Yes. It's been quite a humbling evening for Jack Miller.
Oh, look at that. He's going to get Joan Zarco.
Totally different league, Steve. 55.382 as Quartararo sweeps up the inside of Rins. That's...
it's got nothing left.
Miller is just like a sitting duck here, isn't he?
Pol Espargaro goes through into 8th. Tardozzi can't believe it.
At the moment, absolutely nothing he can do. Can't even put up a fight.
Here comes Mir, up the inside. Unbelievable start for the factory Ducati team. They don't have a bike on the podium.
Probably best not to show another shot of Davide Tardozzi right now, because he's a new top speed record, and it's all gone horribly wrong when it really matters. They've still got Zarco in 2nd.
Well, this is what Mir did all last year. This is just your classic Joan Mir performance from 10th on the grid. And we've said,
been pushed up against the wall like Mir was on Friday and Saturday. It's how you come out and respond, and his response has been pretty emphatic.
Ducati, but he's struggling with rear end grip here, Joan Zarco.
You've got to say, Zarco, though, has managed the rear tyre a lot better than and got himself into that comfort zone. He reeled off those brilliant laps in the mid to low 55s, got himself that comfortable clear as Zarco. It's going to take a monumental mistake by Viñales now to throw this one away.
Yes, it's true. Somehow, because of the rides of his life at the front of this MotoGP race to kick off 2021.
It was a dream debut on the factory Yamahas here in Qatar. Ducati were the red-hot bookies' favourites going into tonight's race.
That full amount of fuel, you know what I mean, that it uses to use full power and finish the race. So, you know,
I've lost it, and at the moment they might lose second place here as well. Quartararo's been given a track limits warning. We've got a lap and a bit left. It's up into second place. What a salvage job that would be.
What a rescue mission by Mir, absolutely outstanding. I don't think...
The last lap of the race here at the Losail International Circuit.
Maverick team on the plate by Bagnaya's mistaking Mazzano. This is a proper, genuine demolition job on the finish.
To do it as well, it's really, really fantastic.
Friday night, bike was fantastic. Last night, he's been absolutely sensational tonight. Thoroughly deserved this victory.
What's going to happen here, though, in the other spots for the podium? Stopped himself actually, potentially not even being on the podium at all.
So a bit of late drama. Ducati's proud, winning around to 9th place. Alex Rins can't get through on Fabio Quartararo as well. Rins is charged through as far.
Be expected at all. Two tails from the start to now. That comes Joan Mir on the last lap. He goes through the World Champion. Top Gun. What a ride by Maverick Viñales. Oh no, Mir's
been absolutely... It looked like Mir had it absolutely nailed on. He got hammered by the Ducatis. Did he just lose a bit of grip and speed coming up his Grand Prix career? Look at this, though, late on. Late drama, as always, in Qatar. Not for the victory like Marquez and Davis doing there, Steve. That was all because he was trying to make sure this didn't happen. And he knows now, he knows they're coming. That a Ducati, at least one, was going to slipstream him. And he was just desperate to try and nail that last corner. Got in